Hello and good morning in Europe, good evening in United States. This is Ahura with another daily outlook video today, Wednesday, February 10. I'm here to see what happened yesterday. Oh, sorry, Thursday. Today is a Thursday, February 10. I'm here to see what happened yesterday in the financial market and what is our expectations for from today. Yesterday, the main focus was on crude oil inventories in the United States and the tensions and the talks between the Russia, Ukraine, and generally between the Russia and Western countries at one time and on one side, and other also the Iranian atomic negotiations between Iran and Western countries on the other side for the energy market was important. At the same time, we had a Fed member speakers for the financial market and to guess what is the Federal Reserve next policies. All this data was important, very important, and all will be more important if we know that today we are going to have the United States CPI or inflation numbers. So let's start from the Russian and European mostly. After that, Emmanuel Macron left Russia in the press conference, he told that the Russian officials told them that they are not going to take any act and any step against Ukraine unless as long as there is some negotiations. While yesterday we had a news that they are adding the military in the borders at the same time they are starting to some military activities and the tests and simulations, military simulations with Belarus. So these, and then after that, we had a comment from official Russian officials that they didn't give any guarantee to the Europeans, especially to Emmanuel Macron, that they are not going to take any steps. That was the reason to again see that the market is supposed market should have more worries. Let's go to the chart and see the see the market volatility chart in 1 hour. You can see that again we have, after these data that after these non reports again the market risk increased a little bit. The volatility of the market increased a little bit. At the same time, another time we had news from Iran talks between the other talks, negotiations, ongoing negotiations between Iran and the Western countries that they are going to close to get closer to the some points and may have some negotiations. Iranian, they are in a very hard economical situation and they need this agreement in one side and on the other side. Westerns they have many political tensions between the with the Russia and in the Middle East they are losing the situation against the Russia and China, so they don't want to lose another country and give it to the Russian and the Chinese. So they are also, especially if this country is going to have the nuclear bombs. So therefore, they are also trying to find a way to negotiate with the Iranians. So this is staying in the middle for both sides, for Iranian and for the Western. It's a little bit created a hard situation and even harder conditions for more talks. Anyway, anyway, we had good news. We had some good news that they are going to get some points. That is the one side. And the other side, okay, that is from geopolitical news and political and geopolitical news. Let's go to the economy. Yesterday we had speeches from the Fed members. Fed members, Bostic and Messer, Loretta Messer and Mr. Bostic, they had a speech. They spoke yesterday and they told that, you know what? If tomorrow's, which is today's, Thursday's inflation number shows that it is not such a big concern and we can still go forward and we can it's not so it's not so worrying. Therefore there is no reason to be more tight to get more tightening policies, and Mr. Even denied it 50 basic point increasing the rates on March, which is not be cannot be even likely. Anyway, that was the reason to see a little bit better than expected movements in the stock markets. Today we're gonna have let's and put the little and put the US dollar in a little bit under pressure. You know, look at there, US dollar. Put the US dollar a little bit under pressure in the last hours. This comments, which it was after these hours in my chart. I'm saying that this because we are in Europe. We are in Europe, so therefore our today is different with your today. From the hour from the in the hours. So if we can see here the late night in Europe, it's evening in United States, and the time of the speeches that you see what happened for the US dollar is decreasing. That was the reason actually here to see that the US dollar decreasing a little bit in the past hours. But at the same time, the market still is worrying about to see the same condition of 1970s and 80s when the inflation end of the 70s, 80s, and almost beginning of the 90s. The decade that the inflation was killing the economy. The market is worried, but to see that, but this, this the time is a different, the policies are different. Therefore, I personally, I don't think that it's going to be that dangerous, that scary or boring, same as what we saw. That anyway, the market has a fear, and so we have to wait and see the inflation numbers. Therefore, the inflation numbers and this talks increasing again the volatility ahead of the data. So after the data, we can talk more about the possible reactions of central bank in the next meeting. This all this data together, all this concerns, all this kind of weaker US dollar, higher volatility, all of them together increase the gold demands. And as you can see here, the gold after this news is got a demand as an increasing. Before we talk about that, and we told that the gold is in a general uptrend, but it will be the slow uptrend, and it is going to decrease. It is going to increase from these levels that when we were talking about that about 1,800 US dollars. Several times we talked about that. Same situation we're going to have for silver. Silver is one of the best opportunities to invest, and it is going to be, and we can still count on the silver for a longer time to have it. WTI and oil. Yesterday we had the lower this lower tension, the geopolitical tensions increasing the risk in the market, increasing the oil market risk in the market. So therefore, it's increasing the oil price as well. At the same time, yesterday and last night we had API and EIA data. Both of them, both API and EIA, they confirmed the less than expected inventory levels. API data, if I don't mistake, it confirmed the decreasing of more than 2 million barrels, decreasing inventory levels. And last night, yesterday, we had EIA data that confirmed 4.756 million barrels decrease in the U.S. crude oil inventories. And it is another reason to say that generally the inventory levels in all across the world, in all across the globe, inventory levels are decreasing, and it is one of the main and important concerns and fears in the market that we have to take care about that, and it's going to be the important in especially in the upcoming months. Therefore, still we are waiting to see the bulls in the oil chart, and from fundamental side point of view, it's not something that we can say that we can forget about that so easy. In the gas market, the gas had a decreasing. Last night they published an article about the gas market. The gas has been decreasing in the past days, but however, at the $4, I think it's gonna find a strong support, and with the ongoing tensions still, with ongoing concern and the fears in the market. Yeah, in a daily chart, in a short chart, still we're in a downturn. But if you go to the shorter charts, like in a 30 minutes, in a 1 hour, we can see that the bulls are getting themselves stronger, and we can see uptrend from $4. Again, if you put the $4.40 and then $4.70 in the spotlight. These bulls that you can see in the stock market, as we talked before, stock market in the United States, it is in a side movement with the uptrend tendency, but slow and soft uptrend tendency. It's there because of because as I told the Fed members, they are not going to disturb all all what they did in the past 2 years for the supporting of the stock market. Therefore, any policies, any talks that they are having, it's counted and it is in a way that to support the stock markets. I cannot see the numbers under 4,200 or 300 US dollars for the SP 500. And yesterday's dovish tones of Fed members' speech had increased or added the positive sentiment in the market. So the markets is increasing. So the SP 500 is in an uptrend. Same thing for Nasdaq and S&P 500 for Dow Jones. However, in the past hours, in the last hours, we could see a little bit weakness in the market after yesterday's fast increase, and it is normal because we're gonna have the inflation numbers, and this inflation numbers increasing the market. So we have to wait and see the numbers of inflation to decide better. In the crypto market, as we know, in what was the name of this crypto bank in Wyoming? Let me see. Let me check, double check again. I forget the name of the crypto bank. Cotillion, I think. Yeah. Uh, there's a Wyoming bank. I forget the name. That's Wyoming Bank, crypto Wyoming Bank, based in Wyoming. They got the you know the what they got the from American Bank Associate. They got the routing number. This routing number means that when you're sending or just getting some asset cash for money between the banks, you have a number to route it to just follow this transaction. And so you will be able, so your transaction will be able to be followed and to find it where this money goes from where. They got this number from a American Bank Associate, which is called ABA. However, so now they can have the official account number in the reserve in the Federal Reserve, but it's not guaranteed. But just like it is the first step if they want to have the account, the official account in the Federal Reserve, but it's just the first step and it's just the need, but it doesn't mean that it's necessary to have this routing number if you want to have the original bank account in in the Federal Reserve. But it doesn't mean that if you have this routing numbers, you're gonna have this. So that was the most important the positive news that could help the stock market to help the cryptocurrencies market. But still, it's not something that okay say that you know what this is going to something that 100% happen. But the positive it will add the positive attitude in the market. Generally, that was the most important news that we had in the past 24 hours. But in the cryptocurrencies market, Bitcoin still is not able to cross the 68.1% of its the Fibonacci level. So trading under that. Any if any option need to see above to be seen above this level. Bridging under above 44,600 will put the 52K in the spotlight. However, if we get back down from this level, especially if this time we can bridge the we can bridge the we can see the any numbers under 40K. Next target will be much lower than the 32K. Make sure about that. That's guaranteed. Actually, from the technical point of view, but nothing guaranteed in a financial market. As you know, there is no guarantee for nothing. For Ethereum, we still under 2,400 USD as long as we are here. In a long-term uptrend, it's not confirmed. Any uptrend movements need to be reached above 3,400 US dollar. For the Ripple, we are at the same situation with 92 cent. 92 cent. Several times we talked about the 82 cent and 92 cent. Between 82 and 92 cent, we have a side movement with the positive uptrend, with the positive tendencies, with the uptrend tendencies. But any confirmation need to be any uptrend need to get the confirmation above 92 cent. Not seeing the number above 92 cent, we'll put the $1.06 in this lot. But for now, it is the same. For Euro US, the euro is still in a demand, but but any continuing will be dependent on today's CPI numbers. And for the pound is about the pound, yeah. But in the last weeks, uh, we can say that the more tightening policies that we saw from the BOE helped the British pound, but still, if today's data from the United States confirms that the much higher than expected inflation, these pools will be limited here, will be capped, and we're going to see the bears more and more here in the chart. But if not, if the inflation numbers in the United States will not be varying, then we can see there's slow and small bulls here. There will be big bulls in the market. And will continue above 1.38. This overall market situation and what's going on in the market today, as I mentioned several times, the main data will be the U.S. inflation number to watch, but it's not all. We have to follow the BOE Governor Bailey speak because he is going to have a speaking in the beginning of the United States in the U.S. Yeah, it will be in the U.S. No, just like few hours before market opens. It will like 5 6 a.m. in the US kind of. Yeah, that will be, and actually Bailey, Mr. Bailey will speak twice before market opens in the United States and after market opens in the United States. He will have a speech. OPEC monthly report also will be out today, and we're gonna follow the OPEC monthly report as well. Where is the OPEC monthly report? Let me. Yeah, I'm gonna count it. Okay, here is, yeah, we're gonna have the OPEC monthly report as well today. So this is the most important data and events to watch in the market. If you have any comments, if you want me to add something in these videos, or to cut something, or to add or to something, cover or to not cover something, please let me know in the comments. See you guys tomorrow, and hope all your trends, all your trades will be in a line, in the same line with the trends, and will get you positive results. Take care and see you guys tomorrow.